I'm Better Call Chad, and this is June lawn care for St. Augustine grass. Now look, I finally got some custom shirts. Check them out. Not that I have them for sale or anything, just finally can wear my own brand. If you like them, let me know in the comments and maybe I make some for sale or something like that, but I'm happy to have some Better Call Chad shirts. Super excited about that. And also, I've made a Patreon. For $6 a month, I want to do YouTube full time, and as I'm posting more videos and getting more views, the income really isn't going up, so it's something that's been hard to continue to want to push, but this is what I want to do full time, is help make lawn care videos, and my Patreon will help do that. I will post these videos and post extra videos that you can't find on YouTube, do live chats. I don't really know. I'm going to do something, and if I can get feedback of what would be worth your value for $6 a month, please let me know, but I want to add more value. This is something I want to do full time, and I have my website at bettercallchad.com. So sorry it's a lot at the beginning of the video. Now let's get right into this. Now, the heat is here and the grass is growing, which is why I'm filming this in the shade. Now, unfortunately in Florida, if you're not out in the heat, you're full of bugs. So I'm getting eaten alive by bugs. So if I speak a little fast, I'm sorry. The main things to be focused on will be pest, fungus, watering, and mowing. Now, for fertilization, you should just be spoon feeding the lawn. Now, so all your spring fertilizer should be done. All the heavy fertilizer you should be done with, unless you have an area you're trying to work on and recover. I understand using heavier fertilizers for that, but if the lawn is overall pretty thick and looking good, you should be done with heavy fertilizers, which usually means high nitrogen fertilizers. Now instead, you should be applying milorganite, ironite, 600 with micros, 7020 stress blend. Those are all great summertime fertilizers and considered spoon feeding the lawn, because they're all anywhere from 5 to 7% nitrogen is where we want to keep it, full of micronutrients or potassium. All those are fine, but we do not want to keep applying heavy nitrogen, especially if the grass is growing. Micronutrients, low amounts of nitrogen, and iron, but those things are some of the best things you can apply during the summer. Now for pests, be absolutely on the lookout for chinch bugs and sod webworms. Those are going to be the biggest pest issues we're going to see this time of year. And as it heats up, as we go into summer, they're going to become more of an issue. Now you can also see spittle bugs and mole crickets and grubs. Those are less common, but those are absolutely still pests you can have issues with. And they do a lot less damage to the lawn than chinch bugs and sod webworms. If you have not applied a pest prevention to the lawn yet, which most of some of the South Florida people should have, now would be a great time to apply a pest prevention product. You can also just wait till you see damage and apply them. If you mow the lawn or on the lawn often, I would recommend that you can just wait to save money on the product and applying pesticides throughout the lawn, to wait till you see damage. But if you're not there often or concerned or constantly have issues, now's a good time to apply prevention. And if you want more information about what and when, if you want more information about what to apply and how to apply it, please check out my pest videos for St. Augustine grass. I go into deep detail of how to apply products to prevent these pests. Now fungus, gray leaf spot fungus will absolutely be the most common fungus we see here, especially after lots of rainfall. The biggest is when we go into a drought to rain. That gray leaf spot lives on the dead grass, so it jumps to the live grass. So when we go from drought to rain, that's when you see gray leaf spot, or even just after lots of rain, you often see gray leaf spot fungus. Now, we can also have dollar spot fungus, and that's a lot less damaging to the lawn, and it's treated the same way as gray leaf spot fungus. But for more detailed information, please check out my fungus videos on St. Augustine. I show you what products to use and how to use them for those funguses. Now watering, this will be the most important step through the summer. If you don't water right, nothing else matters. All the work we do, all my videos you've watched, throw it out the window. But seriously, it doesn't matter if we're not mowing right, especially during the summer. Now, it's hard for me to tell you how much to water because there's so many factors of sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil. Most St. Augustine will be in sandy soil, luckily, and full sun, shade, all this and that. So I can't give you an exact detail unless you sign up for my online consultations on bettercallchad.com, then I could. But for right now, I can't, but I can give you a good guideline of where you need to be at. And I like to see usually 30 to 50 minutes per zone, 2 to 3 days a week. That's gonna be a very common place to be at with your St. Augustine grass in the summertime. Now, of course, all this is gonna depend on how much rainfall we get, areas that are shady, areas that are in full sun. So all those things make a big difference. I always tell people full sun areas of St. Augustine in the summer need 4 days of water. Now, ideally 2 from the sky and 2 from you. So keeping in mind that your lawn needs about 4 days of water in the full sun in sandy soil is a good mindset to keep. Now, lastly, mowing. This is also another important step. Now, mowing is important because you always want to make sure you're mowing 4 inches or higher, and mowing weekly. Don't let the lawn get too tall and mow it down. Weekly mows and cutting less than 3/4 of the grass blade at a time is gonna be extremely important to keeping a nice, thick, and healthy lawn. So guys, those are my June tips. Summer's getting here in the heat. This is where it gets tough. You should have already done everything to get the lawn start growing and looking better. I'm sure there are always parts of the lawn that you can work on, doing aerations or top dressing and things like that. But now is the time to growing, and when we get into things of drought, I call people tell it's survival mode. We're just trying to keep the lawn alive, growing, thick, pest, fungus, and just keeping your eye on the yard, because it's only going to continue to get hotter. And especially in our tropical climates, it can be severely hot and dry, severely hot and wet, hurricanes, we just don't know. So be prepared and be patient. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. I'm getting killed by these bugs. I have to go out there. So my Patreon's linked in the description, bettercallchad.com, blah, 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 blah. I appreciate everyone, and have a great rest of your day.